The Hole by Telia Austin. Narrated by Michael Norris. Beginning. The boy. The boy. The pain and suffering and the feeling of being stressed. The pale of my skin so cold and dry without no water or light to comfort it. To me, I feel like the world is nothing and the happiness is gone away and has evaporated into thin air. I'm just alone and mad feeling what's the purpose of being here on this earth. I don't know what to do to stop it. Michael Jameson is my name. I'm a city kid born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, living in the streets. I had a family who beats me and torture me, but sadly I ran away in hate and disgust. I don't remember me being lonely. There were friends who stood by my side. Their names are Jordan and Miley. We were like brothers. We were so close that we made a band called The Hammers, and we would play all day. I sang, Milo played the drums, and Jordan played the guitar. We always played in my garage, because my father never used it except for his busted up car. I love to play. It helps me get my anger and frustration out until one day my dad threw it out. He did it because he thought I needed more time with the family. And you know who gave that to me? My dear, loving, bossy old mother. She gave that to me for my 15th birthday. But she didn't care once he threw it out. She just shrugged her shoulders and went on with her day while I was trying to hang out with my brother and sister. But all they wanted to do was hog the game and say, "No, you can't play the game. It's not for you. Mom bought it for us." After my stuff was thrown out, my friends stopped coming and it got worse. My anger took control of me, and I started throwing things across my room and slamming my door in front of my sister and brother whenever they ignored me, because there was nothing to let out my anger. But then, one day, I just snapped. I told my family that I had enough, and I couldn't take it anymore. I just packed up my stuff and left, not knowing where I was going to go. My mother was crying, saying, "Don't leave, and I'll love you. You did nothing to love me, to care for me. You always favorites my little brother and sister ever since they were born. I'm not a Jameson. I'm only Michael. That's it." So that explains why I'm in this dark room with no food or water. I have eaten everything up because it's been over a week. My backpack is empty with only a crumb, and I'm wrapped up in a blanket, cold and shivering, which explains why my skin is cold and dry. I want to die to get it over with, and I'm 16 with no school, no loving family, and no life. That's me. Beginning. The girl. The girl, the pain of being stabbed in the back and hurting, with no one to love, is stressful. The feeling of what's the purpose of being here. I'm sad, lost, with nowhere to go. I'm cold and lonely, feeling my dress blow through the wind. I have a family with a mother, a father, and a brother and sister who treated me wrong in many levels. I was crying all day and I sang to get rid of my pain. I had a stuffed bear named Hiccups until my mother sold him to pay the bills on time, to take care of me and my siblings. That teddy bear meant so much to me. I had it since I was 5 and it helped me through the problems and fears. When I was small, I loved to play tea parties with Hiccups, from 6 years old to 9. I loved to dress him up, and then sometimes my friends would come over to have bigger tea parties, and we would all bring our dolls and stuffed animals and dress them up. But sometimes my brother would mess everything up by throwing my stuff around, grab my friends' bears and dolls and throw it across the room, or even worse, rip their heads clean off. My friends would get mad at me of not saying no to my brother, and they would call a complaint to get their mothers and fathers. Then my parents would get mad at me for something I didn't do. Then I'm in trouble, and my brother would start laughing. My older sister would understand me, but she would take the little brother's side and say, I know you're sad over what happened, Casey, but you got to stand up for yourself and stop getting yourself in trouble over stupid stuff. First of all, I'm not getting myself in trouble. My brother started it when he went into my room without asking. Plus, I didn't expect it would happen. Besides, he messed up my dolls, too, not just my friends. I was scared and too young to be blamed on. P.S. It's not stupid stuff. It's a thing I like to do. Sometimes I wish I can be happy and to not be alone in this dark and cold room. The worst thing of all is tomorrow is my birthday and I'm turning 16. I have no friends, no family or life, and I am just sitting here in a dark empty room. Wait, do you hear that? It sounds like banging on the wall, like someone or somebody. I walk to the other side of the room and I see a boy. The boy has a dirty red shirt on, with black jeans that had blood and mud on it. His hair is brown and wavy, covered in his own blood, bashing himself on the hard concrete wall. Hey! I yelled. The boy kept banging his head on the wall, seeing blood rushing down his cheeks. Hey! Stop that now! I yelled a little brother, so the boy can hear me. He stopped and looked over at me with his sad eyes and dirty covered face, oozing with blood. He said in a low tone, What do you want? I'm trying to sleep. Do you mind? Sleep? You can't sleep here. I was here first. Now leave, yelled the boy. No, I said, flipping my hair and walking away. I returned to my room and lay there until I was asleep. But once I closed my eyes, I heard a heavy breathing on me. I opened my eyes and the boy was staring me down with his brown eyes while blood was dripping on my white dress that looked peach from all the dirt from the week before. Hey, I yelled. Get out of my face, okay? I'm staying here. I have no place to go. Oh, really well. I'm not staying here with a girl, he yelled once more in my face. I could feel his blood and spit pouring on my face. Well, get used to it, punk, I yelled, spitting back at him. I can't believe that I live with that scumbag. I mean, why can't I be alone? Oh, wait, I don't want to be. Great. I'm finally not alone. The boy, great. Now I'm stuck here with some girl. I don't even know. How can this get any better? I mean, why can't I be alone and die already? I was on my way to die. You heard me bang my head. It was close, and the blood was rushing down my face. It was getting thicker and thicker until that girl messed it all up. Then she called me a punk. Who do you think you are? You don't know me, and you don't know what I've been through, I yelled. I'm not a punk. Well, you sure are acting like one. Saying that you can't stay here with a girl. Okay, but that doesn't mean I'm a punk. What if I just want to be alone? I said, raising my eyebrows. I looked at the girl's eyes and saw a sorry face. She started to cry and shoving herself in the darker corner of the room. Hey, what's wrong? I said, wiping the blood off my face, smearing it on the bottom of my long red shirt. Then I tucked it under my black pants. I felt bad after what I'd said. I wanted to apologize to her and to tell her I didn't mean it. She looked at me in shock after I apologized and said, Listen, I don't know you and you don't know me. All I know is tragic stuff that has happened to me and it messed up my life. I didn't know. You wanted to be alone so you don't have to be rude. I honestly don't want to leave because I have no place to call home and I don't want to get up and leave and then end up dead on the streets. I was puzzled and shocked. I didn't know what to say. because it was the same situation I went through. I felt bad yelling at her. All it was built up anger, something I could control or didn't know how. I want to open up to her the same way she did to me. I wanted her to know that we are similar. Well, I'm sorry. I have also been through something too. My family doesn't understand or love me. My friends are gone, and I have no place to go to. I'm sad deep down, and it's just my aunt covering up. I really didn't mean to yell at you, okay? The girl seemed surprised, and said sorry to me. Then she started to cry, letting the pain escape from her beautiful dark brown eyes. The light from the window started to go down. The clouds started to turn gray, and the thunder and lightning came down, shaking the sky as if a giant was walking from his slumber. The heavy rain came down, replacing the warmth within the air, as if it was the sun. As I was laying down in my room, I felt cold and lonely. The girl was right. Who wants to be alone? I moved my bags and stuff to the other room from where the girl was. I made sure I was a foot away from her, but to be present around her, I lay down beside her and stared as she was fast asleep. I saw the blanket blow away from her. I got up and grabbed the blanket, then wrapped it around her neck and body. I walked back to my spot and lay down on my backpack and wrapped myself with my coat and blanket for more comfort. Then I was fast asleep. Pat, pat, pat. The sound of the drops coming down and the rumble of the thunder, waking me up, tossing and turning all around the cool floor. Suddenly I felt something warm and looked over. It was the girl sleeping, as if she was a fairy tale princess, laying on the ground, waiting for her prince to come and save her from the castle. Surprised, I scooted a foot away from her again. Then I had a dark dream to finish the night. The early, bright sunlight woke me up, and it was time to get food. I stretched and yawned, then got up from the floor. I looked beside me, and the girl was gone. I walked around, and I saw her standing there, near the window, while her brown hair glowed by the sunlight in the sky. Um, hi, I said, walking up to her. Oh, hi, said the girl, looking over at me with her round eyes. She continued, I never got your name. Oh, my name is Michael Jameson, but please call me Michael. I don't know why I said my whole name. What was I thinking? Oh, okay. Well, my name is Casey Millerstone. Well, Casey, how old are you? I asked. Well, I just turned 16 today. She looked at me and smiled. Oh, wow. Happy birthday. I threw my hand out to the side. I heard her giggle. The girl. I looked up at the sun, glowing so bright in the sky, with the air so calm and warm, sitting by the window, with the feeling of not being alone, with the boy who is by my side as the hair glow with pride and joy. I feel a little better now, knowing that today is my birthday. I have just turned 16, watching the trees and the birds outside. Hey, I said, looking over at Michael. Oh, hey. Say, what a thunderstorm. He was standing beside me, as his dirt and dried up blood faded away on his long red sleeves, and his skin turning its natural color peach. Say, what are we going to do? I asked, looking at a robin chasing a brown squirrel climbing up a fig tree. The bird flew away softly down the ground, as the squirrel went inside its home. Oh, well, let's go find some food, okay? All right, let's go, I said, combing my brown silk hair back with my fingers. Michael and I left as we were hungry and dirty. People were looking at us in every corner, moving away from us whenever we asked for help, like we were old disgusting rats living under the sewers. I was upset, but I looked over at Michael and he was smiling. I wonder why. The boy. I was smiling because I was not afraid. I had somebody walking with me, and that never happened ever, except for my band, of course. I don't trust Casey, but I feel different around her. She makes me think that there is more than pain, that there is life to live for. We were walking towards the store where I used to get food, It was a little tiny market near my old school. My man who works there is sweet and kind. He always gives me food and he knew me from meeting my parents when I was little. My dad used to work there also as a teen. As we walked in, there was an older lady dusting away on top of the window shelf. She glanced over at me as the reflection of the sun bounced off her glasses. She was a smaller lady wearing a white apron covering up the flowers of her red dress. Her hair was white, but her shoes were black as she wobbled her way towards us and showed us the way to the back room. Now listen, you can only get two things for now, she said, a lady brightening her rosy smile. I grabbed the apple and bread, and Casey did the same. Thank you, I said. Come on, Michael, let's go. Casey grabbed my sleeve as we walked out the shop. But I saw my dad walking up to the store wearing baggy black pants, black coat, and that same long hair over his face with a beard grown for about a month. That jerk. I never wanted to see his face again, because it brought me back to that moment he slapped my mother across the face, only because I was hungry and she wanted to feed me at 11 o'clock. I was 5 years old at the time. 5! I turned around and ran through the back of the store. Casey caught up before he saw her. Once we were out, I took a deep breath of relief and looked back, seeing the lady staring out the window. Remembering me, the girl. I don't know what just happened, but it seems to me that Michael's dad was just in the store. I wonder what will happen to Michael if his dad saw him. I wonder. The sunlight shined on my skin and feeling the warm heat on my face. The number 16 was huge for me. It was another chapter for me. A chance to start again. A chance to live again. Why not start now since I have nobody to hurt me, kick me, punch me, or yell at me unless Michael starts to? I can tell he's different though. The way he looks at me is different than anyone else. It's full of love and kindness, but in a way he's hiding it, thinking it's full of weakness. As we head back to the abandoned building, we ate our fruits first, so it wouldn't spoil. Then we hauled up bread for tomorrow. We ate and talked about our past lives, like how we used to be and what we used to do and what we still do. We had a lot in common. The darkness of the building gave me fear again, reminding me of who I was from the beginning. Scared, pain, sadness, and hate. The boy. Night and day and night, week after week, day after month. That's it. I am sick of living in this dump. I threw my hands up and kicked the hard, dry wall. I was so mad, depressed, and sad that nobody cares about me or anything. My head and stomach began to ache. I can feel a scar on my forehead from the day I bashed my head against the wall as I pushed my hair back. Maybe it's time to grow up, Michael. Maybe it's time to get a job. Casey was sitting 2 feet away from me, on the cold hard ground, gathering up her clothes and folding them gently. As she was getting up, she walked over to me with her cute smile and grabbed my hands as we walked outdoors to the green grass, blowing wind and sunset. The air was blowing in between my hair, making waves as if an ocean was crashing into the shore. Birds chirped in the bushes beside us, and the clouds were moving, making the sun shine brighter than before. Casey was showing me a park with a big open field, filled with people. Aside was a small stream where children were playing in. Casey, why are we here? I said. She gave me a devious smile and said, we're here to get your money, Michael. Don't you see? I started to look around. I thought in my head, she better not think what I think she's talking about, because I'm not doing it. Michael, can you sing? Because I heard that you were in a band, and I was wondering if you could. Please? Dang it. I was right all along. She's thinking of what I didn't want her to do. I only sing with my friends, and they are long gone. I don't even know if they even care about me. No, I said. Please, it's the only way you can get money at this point. She made the cutie's puppy's eyes, trying to convince me. Nope. I walked back to the abandoned building, and I noticed that Casey wasn't following me. She was pounding on the left side of the tree. "I know about you to sing in front of those people. I don't care how cute you give me that puppy eyes, or how kind you are to me. I am not doing it." Michael's true family and friends. The girl. "I know what I must do to bribe him to sing. I must talk to his old friends." I left the tree and started to walk on the sidewalk. Street after street, house after house. I don't know where Michael's friends live, but I do know where he used to live. He told me himself as we were in a dark room while the skies were darkening. It was the day we ate our breads. I walked up to the White House. It had a bit of old rust on the windows and roof. The sidewalks looked crumbled up that followed up to the wooden front porch. It had a black bike and a brown wooden floor. The grass looked almost as dead as I saw Michael for the first time, dry and pale. I wanted to try and sneak through the back door, but at the time I didn't want to get caught by Michael's dad. He seemed scared to me. I gently knocked on the plastic clear door. I saw little fingers trying to open the door, but he wouldn't budge. The little baby put his face on a clear door, smearing his face back and forth. He was drooling and he was smiling while trying to open the door. His teeth were white, but there was only two, one on top and one on bottom. His hair was brown and frizzy, but his eyes were brown and a hint of gray. I don't think Michael has told me about his other little brother. There was a woman wearing a blue gown with white house shoes. Her hair was light brown, but had streaks of highlights. She smiled at me as she was picking up the baby. "Can I help you?" she asked. "Yes, are you Michael Jameson's mom?" "Oh, yes." "Why did you find him?" said the lady in excitement. No, I guess." "Wait, you care that he's gone?" I was confused because Michael told me that his family never cared about him and never bothered to worry. "Yes, I do. He's my son, and he'll always be my firstborn. This is his new baby brother, Chill. I named him after his big brother. We have been looking for him since the day he left. Have you seen him?" The lady looked at me thinking I know where he is, and I do. That's what scares me. "I'm not here about him," I said, changing the subject. "I'm here about his friends. Do you have Michael's friends in your phone?" "Yes, I do." She handed me the phone as she brought the baby into the house. He crawled away laughing and giggling. I went into the contacts and saw a name. "Jordan." "Hello?" I said. "Hello?" said a boy. "Hi, am I speaking to Jordan?" I asked. I looked over at the mom who was right beside me. "Yes." "Who is this?" asked Jordan. "A girl who's a friend with Michael," I said. "Really? Now why are you friends with that trash? You should be hanging out with me instead." I wanted to wring that boy's neck after he had said that, but instead I took a deep breath and said, "Oh, really? Yeah, come over. My house is 102 Parkway Drive, and I live in a big brown house." "Okay, I'm there," I said. "Sweet. Okay, bye." Jordan hanged up and then I handed the phone back to Mrs. Jameson. "If you ever see him, call me, okay?" Mrs. Jameson handed me a piece of paper that had her phone number on it. I said thank you and walked off into the busy road. The weather was nice and warm. It gave me to think. All I wanted to do is to sing with him, but he wouldn't give me a chance. If he was here with me, he would have been heated because of me talking to his family and friends behind his back. I saw the big brown house cross the street. I ran and knocked on it softly as the door swung open. A boy approached to me with his blue eyes, freckles, and a white and black shirt saying, "Rock all night." His hair was dirty blonde, brushed back, showing more of a sophisticated approach. He smiled as he said, "Hello." "Oh, hi, he must be Jordan," I said, shaking his left hand. He leaned over and kissed my hand. "Yeah, that's me. Would you care for some orange or apple juice?" He had that weird smile again. Is he trying to flirt with me? I wiped my hand up on the back of my shirt. Look, dude, I'm not here for a date, I said. Oh, you're not? Then what do you want? He shook the grease off his hair and combed it back with his hands. I'm here in behalf of Michael, I said, smiling. Oh, him? Why do you like him? I mean, are you brainwashed or something? No, I have been living with him in an abandoned building for a year now, I said. Oh, really? Why, did he run away from home or something? Yes, he did. It was because of his family. He did not mean to break the band. His father took away his things. He was really upset when that happened, but deep down, he really missed you guys, and I know because he mopes around sometimes. I was trying to get him to understand why Michael is not bad. Really? Jordan rolled his eyes. Yes, just think about it. Has he ever meant to hurt you? I looked at Jordan's eyes. It was full of anger. No, not on purpose. Jordan walked out the house. He looked at the horizon sun, setting the trees sway back and forth from the wind. He continued. Look, I was really close to him. I mean, he was the best brother I could ever ask for. We sing songs that we didn't even know. Then, I don't know. It all stopped. We were trying to hang out with him after everything was taken away, but he kept pushing us away. Oh, I thought about something. Something that could change his life. I told him to follow me to the abandoned building. He said, okay, and we walked past the streets, buildings, and the people, then the park. Most importantly, what's going on in my head? Will Michael be mad at me and Jordan for going behind his back? Friends forever. The boy. I was snoring for a while now. I didn't want to stand around and do nothing. I was thinking in my head, what was Casey doing? Did I make her so mad that she is never coming back? Am I going to be alone forever? I thought to myself, I need to make it up to her. So I ran outside to see if Casey was there, but she was gone. What the? I looked around the park. She wasn't there. I looked by the small stream. She wasn't there. Where could she be? I walked back to the abandoned building and I started to practice singing. I closed my eyes and hummed, whistled, and stretched out a little. I realized that I was out of shape, so I did 10 sit-ups and push-ups. I know she will come back, because I know her that well. I mean, I have been living with her for a year now. I decided to sit down on the dry ground to relax my body and to wait for her. I heard footsteps in the shadow. I stood up and saw Casey and Jordan. What in the world is he doing here? I couldn't believe my eyes. Is this a dream? Now, Michael, before you get mad, said Casey, putting her hands up to protect Jordan. Mad? I blurted out. I'm not mad. I'm shocked. I stormed up to Jordan, moving Casey's hand out the way. I looked at him. Oh my gosh, it's really him. I grabbed his hands, pulled him towards me, then hugged him tightly. I can't believe he's here. The girl. Oh my. I thought Michael would be mad at me, but he's not. He was talking to Jordan for hours. He even surprised me how every day that Jordan would come and hang out with us since they seen each other. This is too good to be true. Okay, guys, see you later. Jordan started to walk home with me and Michael. Wave goodbye. Casey, this is the best thing you ever done. Thank you. Michael smiled as he gave me a hug, but that every night was quiet. Michael? I looked at him as he was lying there. The brightness of the moon lightened up the room. Yeah? He was lying 2 feet away from me on the hard, cold ground. Do you know you have a baby brother? No. Do I? He turned his body facing me. Yes, I went to your house earlier and I saw a baby, looking just like you, but smaller. It was so cute. I smiled, thinking about his cute little shirt saying, Mommy's little man. Really? I have a baby brother? Did you get his name? Yes, it's Fitchell. Your mom named the baby after you. She looked worried too, after I mentioned about you. Oh, really? Weird. But not going back. Never. Michael laid on his back, crossing his arms. Not even for Fitchell? Michael didn't say anything. By the time I woke up, I felt something warm up against me. I was so comfortable I didn't want to get up. I felt breathing on my neck and a large snore. I was gross and I turned around to see who was behind me. It was Michael drooling on me. He was laid out with his feet and arms open. His head was where my neck was. I pushed him aside and yelled out, "What's your deal?" The boy, I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. I did not mean it, really. I woke up to Casey yelling at me. I was blushing so hard, it seemed like my face was about to turn on fire. Okay, Michael, we need to have a separate space from each other. This is getting too awkward. Casey got up and stretched. I had butterflies in my stomach. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't know what got over me, okay? All I remember was falling asleep and woke up, and you yelling at me, but I stopped. But what? Casey crossed her arms. You were already up before you woke me up, I said, coming to my senses. No, I wasn't. I was sleeping. You know that. Casey put her head down, covering up the red of her cheeks. I can tell if she was lying to me because we live here more than a month, and I know what she does when she lies. She taps the tip of her feet on the ground. She did it to me when she was telling me about her family when we first met. She was saying to me that she had no brothers or sisters. Great. I'm dealing with a liar. You're lying to me, I boomed. What? No, I'm not. She started to tap her feet harder this time. That! I pointed to her feet. She stopped and looked at me with a grin. And, she mumbled, you tap your feet when you lie, I said. So, stop lying in my face, I blurted out. Okay, fine, I'll stop, said Casey, rolling her eyes. She started to walk away. Don't you walk away from me. I have a question for you, I said, crossing my arms. I stretched a little bit as she was walking towards me. What? She asked. Now, tell me the truth about your brothers and sisters, I said. She sat down by the window, right across me. Fine, I have one brother and one big sister, okay? I was pushed around and picked on all the time by them. My sister wouldn't help me. My brother would rip everything I had. Okay, happy now? I saw a little tear running down her cheeks. No, and I am sorry what happened to you, okay? I really am. But one more thing. What? She mumbled. Were you awake when I was beside you? A little. She got up and swung her hair at me in anger. She stormed outside into the warm atmosphere. I wanted to hang with Jordan again. I also wanted to see if I can bring with Miley so can have my band back. So I went outside and asked if Casey wanted to come. She said yes. We started to walk through the warm breeze and busy streets. I don't know if it was me, but everyone seemed in a hurry. As I knocked on the door, Jordan opened the door. Then we gave out our old handshake. Then he walked us in. We followed him to his room where he had heavy metal posters up all on the walls. His bed had a black blanket said, I love to rock. He had a guitar on the side of his dresser and on top of the picture of him and his dad. His closet door was open, filled with clothes all over on the floor. Oh man, you haven't changed a bit, I said. The girl, ew, what a pigsty room. I saw half a pizza under the bed, an empty pizza box on top of the dresser, a guitar had dust all over it, and the closet was an absolute mess. Ugh, boys. Michael grabbed the guitar and smiled at me. Oh boy, now what? Saying to me that I'm a liar? He tones the guitar and tests it out by humming. Jordan smiled and walked over and sat next to me on his bed. He grabbed a bucket and turned it upside down, then started to play around by tapping his palms on it. You ready? Said Michael. He looked over at Jordan. Yes, I am. Michael started to strum to a rhythm that had a slow tune. Beautiful as it was, I clapped along. I didn't know he could play guitar so well. As he was strumming, he took a deep breath and started to sing. His voice was so crisp and clear, hearing every note and lyrics. My mouth dropped open. Tears were coming down my cheeks. He smiled, making my heart sink to the bottom of my stomach. He was staring at me the whole time. I wanted to join in with him, so I sang the last verse, making my voice higher than his. We had a beautiful harmony, like he was the one and I was his. He looked surprised as I was singing. He didn't stop strumming, and Jordan didn't stop drumming. They played until the very end of the song. Jordan and Michael looked at me until I said something. "What?" I said. "You're in!" yelled Jordan, standing to his feet. He put the bucket under his bed and looked over at Michael, but Michael was just in shock. I wonder what's going on in that brain abyss. The boy. I was shocked. I did not know what to say about her, but wow. She tells me she can sing, but not that good. My heart was beating hard and fast, and I wanted her to be in the band. And just like that, in a snap of my fingers, Jordan was yapping at her about how she could be in the band. But I, on the other hand, had a crush instantly. When we left Jordan's house and decided to go to Miley's house, Jordan wanted to tag along with us. As I knocked on the door, a woman was looking at us very suspiciously. The girl. The lady was wearing a long dress filled with roses, a pattern of leaves. She was wearing an old-fashioned leather shoes, and her black hair was tied up in a bun. Her body was overlapping us with her shadow, as if darkness was swallowing us in whole. Uh, Hi, Mrs. Patterson. Can we see Miley? Jordan's legs were shaking uncontrollably. Why? She boomed. Michael was shaking. He whispered over to me. Casey, this is Mrs. Patterson, also known as Miley's mother. She hates us because we broke one of her vases one time as we were running around the house. That vase was at least thousands of dollars, and she has more like them in the living room. She told us she would call the cops if we ever come back. Oh, wow, I said, tucking my hair behind my ears. Wow, indeed. She thinks we might do it again. The lady was staring at me in the eyes. I could feel her anger on me, and her breathing was loud. Ma'am, is it okay if you can get your son out here? That way we can leave? I smiled gratefully to let her know I'm not like the boys who gets into trouble, but she thinks I am, since I'm around them. Sure, she said, glancing at Michael. She called down her son, and he came running down the stairs. He was wearing a black zip-up sweater and black skinny jeans. His hair was black, straight and long, but only covering up his ears and face. He flipped to move his hair out of the way of his beautiful gray eyes, but his skin was almost as pale as a vampire. What the hell? Oh, Mom, thanks. Bye. Maya closed the door on his mom. He grabbed Jordan by the ears and yelled out, What the hell are you doing here? Maya crossed his arms and walked out to me. Who is this pretty lady? Michael gave him a stare. He pushed him away from me and said, She's with me. Oh, really? What is she? Your sister, your cousin, or maybe your girlfriend? As Miles started to laugh, Michael pushed him again. Dude, get your head out of the clouds, yelled Jordan. Was it Jordan, boy? Don't worry. I'm just playing around, okay? I'm sorry. Miley's face straightened up this time. Good, because you don't want me to fight you like the last time over your stupidity, said Jordan. Can you be the drummer for us again? Asked Michael. Guys, I'm a little rusty, and besides, I don't know if I can, said Miley, flipping his hair back to place. He walked up to Michael, and Jordan gave them a group hug. Miley walked back home, giving us a welcome and goodbye smile. Now what? Blurted out Jordan. I don't know. I think it's getting late, Jordan. I think we all need to head back home. Michael looked sad and disappointed. He looked up at the sky. There were birds scattering like roaches, and the clouds were turning gray, foaming into one. The sky started to become darker. Rain clouds, I thought. Yeah, I think you're right. I have a feeling like it's about to rain. Jordan waved goodbye to us. Michael wasn't saying anything to me on our way back home. Even when we got there, I wonder why. Love at first fight. The boy. This is so weird. Ever since I heard her sing, I have been distant around her. It's been so awkward. I even sleep farther away from her just because it feels so uncomfortable. Why me? One day she was mad at me. She tells nothing is wrong, but every time I turn away, she gives me a mean look. I'm not trying to be mean to her, but I ignore her. I'm just too scared to tell her how I feel. The girl. That no good prick. I feel like I'm at home again with nobody to care about me. I feel like nothing. Like there's nobody to save me from a fall. I was mad at Michael for about a week now. I was deciding of what to say to him, but then my anger just got out of control. What the hell is wrong with you? Why are you being so different? Tell me! I yelled with so much rage and frustration. I didn't even know how to control my own breathing from my lungs. I wanted to punch him on the dang head and knock some sense into him. It's complicated, Casey. You won't understand, said Michael for the first time this week. Complicated? What do you mean it's complicated? I yelled. Michael grabbed me by the arm as I was walking away. Continue. Okay, Casey. Just please listen. He sat down on the ground and I sat right next to him. What's going on, Mike? You don't have to be scared to tell me, I said. I tucked my hair behind my ears and stared into his eyes. Casey, I don't know how you will take this, but he took a deep breath and continued. Casey, I, I, I what? I was curious what he was about to say. I have a crush on you, okay? Happy. He stormed away from me, on his side of the room. He went farther away into the darkness of the abandoned building. I felt terrible yelling at him. I admit it. I'm a dick. I was trying to say that I'm sorry, but it seemed to me that he just wanted to be left alone. The boy. I don't I do want to be left alone. I don't want to be bothered. I can't believe she would do that to me. I should have just killed myself right then, before she came to my life. I was fine without her anyways. I saw her in the corner of my eyes. The sky was darkening, and the rain was coming down harder. Michael, I'm sorry, okay? Please. She walked up closer to me this time. She put her hands on my shoulder. I brushed it off. She wrapped her arms around my neck. I grabbed them and pulled them off. She went in front of me. I tucked my head farther in between my legs. She grabbed my head to pull it up, but instead pushed me down on the floor. I tried to sit up, but she pushed me back down on the hard ground. Would you stop it? She yelled. Never! I yelled back. I tried to sit up, but she pushed me back on the floor. What do you want from me, woman? I yelled. You! She started to cry and got up. She went to the far corner of the abandoned building by her side. I got up and walked over to her and kneeled down to her side. I lifted her head up and wiped away the tears off her cheeks. She brushed my hair aside my face. My heart was pounding so hard again. Just once. One time. One kiss. The girl. My heart was pounding so hard. He wiped my tears away. I wiped his hair out of his beautiful eyes. He's leaned over to me. I didn't know what to do but to do the same. The thunder was louder than before, and the wind picked up more, moving the trees against the windows. Pat, pat, pat. Sounds from the roof topped by the raindrops. But the feeling of his lips was as warm and soft as the feeling of his hands rubbing my thick brown hair, and the other of my hips scooting me closer to his warm body. As his body was pressed against mine, lowering me closer to the floor, I pulled off his shirt as he pulled off mine. As he pulled up my pants, I pulled down his. But as this night grew stronger, he whispered to my ear, saying, I want you. I woke up without remembering what had happened. I was only wearing my underwear and my socks as I found my clothes beside Michael's. I'd thrown on my shirt and pants as I stretched and yawned. I walked to the window as if I was drawn from the beauty of the sun. Michael walked out to me from behind wearing his blue striped boxers. He wrapped his arms around my stomach and hips, whispering, Nothing as beautiful as you. I smiled and gave him a kiss on the cheeks and said, Well, nothing is as handsome as you. He started to tickle me. I laughed, swarming left to right. I stepped on his foot with my white socks. He laughed and started to let go. I turned around and pushed him away. Then I grabbed my shoes and waited on Michael as he was putting on his black shirt, jacket, and blue jeans pants. He grabbed his white Nikes and stretched. Let's go, I said. I grabbed his hands and started to walk with him to the shore. The market man was sweeping the sidewalks wearing a long-sleeved blue button-down shirt and dark blue jeans. His hair was light brown but very short. His smile was bigger than the old lady who was working here from before. But he has no rosy cheeks. Instead, he had brown freckles like Jordan, but more on his left side of his cheeks. Hello. Oh, hello, lovebirds. You guys seem very happy today. How can I help you? The man combed his hair back with his fingers. Hi, can we have 2 apples, please? I smiled, thinking. I never felt this happy before. Okay. Anything for you too. Especially him. I knew him ever since he was a baby, whispered the man. He looked at Michael with his blue eyes, laughing and following us to the back of the store. We got our apples and were headed our way, but before we could leave, a man was standing over us. Life and death. He was wearing black jeans and a matching black jacket with a blue shirt. He had long brown hair just like Michael's, but it was combed back. The man gave us a devious smirk and said, "Well, well, well, look who's finally shows up after 3 years. And Gerald, look who's at my shop." Then pointed at the friendly man who gave us apples. "I see him," said the friendly worker. "Did you know where he was this whole time, Gerald?" Hmm? Gerald went to the back of the store to hide. "It's you, Michael, and you're all grown up and oh, with a girlfriend? I'm so proud of you. You're just like me." The man started to walk up to me, terrified as I was. "Don't you take another step and I'm nothing like you." Michael clenched his fist. His face was threatening enough to his dad. "Oh, Gerald, come look at this. My boy has gotten tougher. I see how it is." He walks out to Michael, but before he could do anything, I tried to push him. Michael's dad looks at me in shock and pushed me out the way that Michael ran out to him and ran him this up full force. They both fell over, knocking everything in the shelves and tables. "Casey, run!" yelled Michael. I didn't want to leave him with that man. I wanted to stay and help him out, so I yelled, "No! Go! Now!" Michael kicked his dad between his legs. We took off, hearing the man scream in pain through the distance. The boy. I know I wouldn't be able to make my down alone, so I went to grab my friends so that I can leave me and Casey alone once and for all. As I was knocking on Jordan's door, he looked in surprise and asked, "What are you doing here in my house?" I told him that I was being chased down by my dad and I needed help. He said, "Okay," and I walked out the door to follow us to Miles' house. As I was walking, me and Casey was holding hands for the first time. To be honest, I never had a girlfriend before, and I didn't know if it was official or not. I mean, I love her and all, but she hasn't told me she loves me yet. Jordan knocked at the door, and Miley's mother opened. "Oh, you two again," said Mrs. Patterson, rolling her eyes. "Yes, us two now. Can you please get Miley?" sighed Jordan. Mrs. Patterson yelled Miley down, saying that we are here. He came down the flight of stairs and looked at me and said, "What is it now?" "It's me and Casey. We are in trouble. I need your help. Please. What's happening? What's going on?" Miley flipped his hair once more. I turned as Casey was about to tell me the story. Okay, so Michael and I went to that store where we always go to get food. As we were leaving, we saw his dad standing right there. I pushed him as he was storming towards Michael. As he looked surprised, he pushed me, so that's when Michael tackled him down and kicked him between his legs. Wow, Casey made it sound like I was the hero. "All right, Michael." Jordan raised his hands and high-fives me. "Nice work, Mike. All right, I'm in, but only to beat down this man because I know it's going to be fun." Miley smiled and high-fives me. We walked back to the store to see the damage that I did with my dad. I shouldn't even call him my dad. He's not. He's a monster. And a selfish one, too. My dad's name is Philip Jameson, and he was not in a store. "He's close by everyone, so keep your eyes open," said Casey, holding onto my hand. We walked back to the abandoned building, shoving Miley where we live for now. "Oh, okay, so you two are alone in this building? Ooh, I wonder if you two have lots of fun." "I love it." Jordan rubbed his hands in delight. "Look, Jordan, I can do a cartwheel in this big part of the room." Miley ran around the room, where I was bashing my head at. "Miley, calm down," yelled Jordan. "Yeah," yelled Casey. "Do you know what this place used to be?" asked Jordan. "I don't know. A hotel?" I looked around to see if Dad was here yet. I heard a heavy breathing and footsteps. "There you are, you piece of sh! Come here now!" I saw my dad storming after me. He had a belt on his left hand and looked pissed. I guess I'm embarrassed him pretty good at the stop. Hold on, bud, yelled Jordan. He walked up beside me, then I put Casey behind the both of us. Oh, there are two of you little twerps, plus the girl. Looks the two of you is going to get a beat down. Phillips thrown after me. I ran a full force, yelling to the top of my lungs. He dodged me and grabbed my legs from behind and smacked me with his leather belt on his thighs. That's going to teach you a lesson to not mess with me. He had spitting blood at my face. I wiped it off. Got with my sore legs and pushed him from behind. He stumbled, but didn't fall. I grabbed him from the ankle. He was coming towards Jordan and Casey, dragging me across the concrete floor. My skin was burning on my stomach. I lifted my black jacket and shirt, seeing the red cuts and marks on my stomach. You stupid ass! Jordan walked to him by lifting his fist. Jordan knows how to fight from his dad and grandpa. He dodged Phil's first punch, then a couple or others. He made a right punch on the stomach, and I heard a yell from behind Miley. Miley ran and threw himself on top of Phil's back. Jordan did an uppercut and threw him off balance. Molly jumped up as Philip came tumbling over. I saw Casey running up to me, but before she could, Philip grabbed her by the legs and she fell over her own face. No, you did not just touch her. I got up on my 2 feet and kicked his arm. He had a hard grip of Casey's ankle. Hey, I got your girlfriend, he chuckled. Let her go, I yelled. Better yet, let's make a deal. Tell your friends to back off or else. Or else what? Or else I'll break her ankle. Wait, are you serious? You want me to tell Jordan and Mikey to back off? Man, this is harder than I thought. Because once they back up, he was going to make a move. They stared at me, but I was staring at Casey lying right there on the ground. Your choice. In 3, 2... Okay, guys, back off, I said. What? Are you serious? Miley had Philip pinned down while his arms were behind his back. Dude, grab her. We got this, said Jordan. I grabbed Casey off the ground as she kicked Philip with her left leg right on the right side of his face. Ouch, yelled Philip. He smiled as he was lying on his stomach. He lifted his right leg up to knock Miley on the back of the shoulders with full force. Miley screamed in pain, stumbling on the floor. I moved Casey away as Jordan did an upper kick to Philip's arm, but Philip caught it and twisted his ankle. Maya was lying down on the ground, scooting, trying to get away. Casey, go get help, I said. No, I don't want to go. I want to stay with you. She put her warm hands on my cheeks. I pulled them off and continued. I don't want you to get hurt. That's the last thing I want to happen. I don't want you to get hurt either. I love you, Michael. My heart stopped for a second. I gave her a hug and a kiss on her forehead. I told her to go find help then. She left out the room. I ran as fast as I can. I didn't stop until I got help. I went to Michael's house to tell his mom had siblings. She froze when I told her where me and Michael was. After that, I went to Jordan's house to tell his parents that he's in trouble. My boy is strong. He can handle anything, says the dad. I don't think he can face a grown man, I said. I'll check on him. Where he's at? The abandoned building, I said, pointing to the direction. Okay, bye. He slammed the door on me, pretending like our conversation never happened. Ran to Miles' house to see if his mom can help me. I knocked on the door real hard. Miss Patterson opened the door and gave me a mean stare. I'm sorry, what the boys did to you, but please help me. Your son's in trouble. Please don't let your anger get your son and my friends killed. She took a deep breath, and I saw her smile for the first time. She grabbed my hand and walked me to the house. She handed me a baseball bat and a BB gun for herself, locked and loaded. We started to walk to the abandoned house, and I saw that Michael's dad was choking on life out of Miley. Get your hands off my son, you monster! Boomed Miss Patterson. She aims the BB gun on Michael's dad. He let go of Miley, then walked away. I turned around and saw Jordan's dad at a fold-up chair and cans of beers. He sat right beside us. Serious? Said Miss Patterson. I rolled my eyes and saw Jordan lying in the corner of the room. I didn't know where Michael was, so I went up to Michael's dad and whammed down on the leg with my bat. Ouch! He tried to grab me. I dodged my stepping back. What did you do to Michael? I said, holding out the bat. Oh, snap! She's going to hit you, man! Yelled Jordan's dad. I ain't going to tell you, shh! He spits on the ground right beside my feet. No cursing while I'm here. Now, where's the boy? Miss Patterson aims the BB gun towards his face this time. Fine. He left, okay? As Miss Patterson was holding him down, I ran over to Jordan to help him up. I looked over to Miss Patterson helping Miley up. Miley looked over at his mom holding the BB gun. He gave her a hug, then kicks Michael's dad to the ground. Don't you even think about messing with my son and his friends again. Miss Patterson had her hands on the trigger. Casey, Michael went to the police station. Jordan had a hard time walking. I walked into his dad, and he sat right there on his lap. You all right, boy? Asked Jordan's dad, patting him on the back. Ouch, Dad, don't do that, said Jordan. Was wondering, what was taking Michael so long. The boy. I was walking back to the abandoned building. The police car was following me through the streets and alleys. I was surprised to see Mrs. Patterson and Mr. Henry, Jordan's dad. I told Mrs. Patterson and Casey to put their weapons away and to throw it aside. They tossed it to the farther side of the room. The police came to scoop the place out and they grabbed Philip off the ground and put him under arrest. Thanks, kid. We have been looking for this guy. Only because a woman called us saying he was being abusive to a little boy named Fitchiel. I'll get you, boy, someday. I'll find ever the last one of you. Phil chuckled. I ran up to Casey and hugged her so tight. Thank God you're okay, I said. Aw, look at Mrs. Tough Patterson, said Mr. Henry laughing. He grabbed Jordan and the beer bottles and chair. Hey, Michael, I'll see you tomorrow, yelled Jordan. Okay, we'll see, buddy, said Mr. Henry. Thank you, Mrs. Patterson, I said, shaking her hand. Anytime, she smiled, walking back Miley, the baseball bat, and the BB gun home. For what I want for you. Now what? I said. I don't know. Let's go play in the rain, yelled Casey. I lifted her up by her feet and carried her out to the pouring rain. We lay down on the grass together, feeling the rain touch our faces and tongues. We went back inside, but it was cold and wet. We warmed up each other by sleeping close together, drying our clothes on the floor next beside us. The girl. The darkness of the sky turns light, and the wetness of the ground turned dry. It's been different since Michael's father got arrested. It's also been lovely to be with him. It was nice yesterday when we had our first date. We went back to the store. We had money for the first time because Mrs. Patterson wanted us to get some new clothes. For the date, we had a table set up in the back of the store. There were lights surrounding us from above. The table had a white cloth and the centerpiece was full of red roses in a white vase. It was breathtaking, and the old lady and Gerald did it all for us. My dress was red and it was wearing black flats. Michael had on a nice shirt that Jordan couldn't wear. It was a plaid button-down shirt that was black and green, with black pants to go with it. His hair was brushed aside, but all it did was talk about the day when his father was acting all big and bad. We laughed and giggled, and when we were finished eating, we walked out to the park and played with the birds. When we went back to the abandoned building, all we did was kiss and cuddle under the moonlight. As we were laying on the ground, Michael asked me if he can see my family. I told him no. I told him that my family was even worse. The boy. I denied what Casey said to me, because deep down I know some mean people can be hurt as well as us. I learned that from Mrs. Patterson. I know Casey's family lives in a nice blue house by Walmart. I wanted to help her because I love her, and I want her to be happy. Should I save him? The girl. I don't want to be with my family ever. I hate them for what they did to me. They treated me like I was nothing. Why does Michael want me to go back there? Maybe to make it up for what I did for him? The boy. As I was walking through the neighborhood, I saw the blue house. There was other houses like it. The neighborhood was fenced in. At the end of the neighborhood was Walmart and many other places like McDonald's or Taco Bell. I walked up to the front porch and took a deep breath. As I knocked on the door, I heard footsteps running. The door swung open and a boy shorter than me was looking up. He had dark brown wavy hair that went down to his ears. He seemed like he was either 10 or 12, but his shirt was white, wearing a black hoodie as if he was 15. "What's up?" he asked. "Oh, hi. I'm here for Casey." "Casey? Big sister? How do you know her?" He walked to me into the house, then closed the door behind me. The house was open, with the kitchen on the left side of the stairs and the living room on the right side. The wooden floor was the hallway, laid with carpets on the front of the stairs, but everything was brown carpeting, except the kitchen. There was a chandelier above the carpet stairs that brightened up the hallway even more. "Beautiful home," I said. "This was better than mine. Why did Casey run away from this?" "Oh, thanks," said the boy. "I know her because I live with her." Looked shocked and confused. "You what?" He grabbed my hand and dragged me into some room. The room had boy posters and a makeup dresser. There was a twin-size bed with a girl sitting on the pink bed playing a game on the flat-screen TV. She had blue jeans and a purple top. Her hair was like Casey's, long and light brown, but she was way much older. "Who are you?" said the other girl, putting the Wii controls down. She walked up to me and the boy. She had to be at least 17 or 18. "Hi, I'm Casey's friend." "I'm assuming that you're are her big sister." I smiled. "Yeah, that's me." "How do you know Casey?" she said, tucking her hair behind her ears. "He lives with her," yelled the boy. "You what?" The girl had a disgust face. "It's complicated," I said. Looked down at her rainbow socks. "What do you mean it's complicated? Do you know where our sister is?" The girl crossed her arm and the boy stood by her playing with the zipper. "Yes, I do. But I want your names first," I said. "Oh, well, I'm Hannah, and this is my little brother, Hunter." Hannah took out her left hand and I shook it softly, then Hunter's. Hunter's hand was greasy, so I wiped it on my pants. "Oh, okay. Well, my name is Michael. Nice to meet you." The girl. I woke up and Michael wasn't beside me. I was wondering where he was. "No, not my family's house. No, no, no. I told him not to." I was freckling out. What if he is getting hurt by my mom or dad? I want to help him. To save him, I got up and threw on my shoes and left in a hurry. The boy. I told Hannah of how I met Casey and how I fell in love with her. I told him how I saved her from Philip, who was trying to kill me and my friends named Molly and Jordan. "Wait, I know them," said Hunter. "You do? How?" I sat down on Hannah's pink bed. "Well, school. I mean, I would see them in the hallways, and I know you because you used to hang with them. Sometimes I would grab my friends and sneak them to your house to hear you sing and play." "Really?" "Yeah, you guys were the Hammers. All my friends love you guys, really. Wait, you knew about our music?" I was popular all this time. I was cool. I thought I was a nobody. I mean, I was about to kill myself from the beginning, but to find out that I am a somebody blew my mind. "We wanted you to be the talent show for the last year. We told your friends, but I guess they never got to you. Then that next week, you were gone." Hunter looked at me with his blue eyes. "Man, I wish I knew all this, but if I did, I wouldn't meet the love of my life." The girl. Dashing through cars, pushing through people, trying to get to Michael. I saw my street and ran up the sidewalk. Wait, what am I doing? I promised myself that I would never step my foot in this house again. I am not going in there, but I must. No, I don't. But if, but what if Michael is in trouble? No, he is not. And besides, a promise is a promise. It's over now. The boy. All right, I'll show you where your sister is. Just follow me. I walked down the stairs and out the front door. "Casey?" I saw her about to cry. She ran out to me and wrapped her cold arms around my neck. Casey, what are you doing here? I asked. Casey, is that you? I turned around and Hunter walked up to her. Hunter? Hannah ran out to Casey and hugged her. I can't imagine how Casey feels right now. The girl. My heart was beating rapidly. My forehead and hands were sweating. I didn't know what to say, but I'm sorry. I started to cry. Hannah, Michael, and Hunter hugged me. It's okay, Casey. It's not your fault. It's ours, said Hannah, wiping my tears away. Sorry, Casey, for being a mean bird to you. I was just playing around, and I didn't know it hurt your feelings, said Hunter. Casey, will you ever forgive us? Asked Hannah. They took a step back, and I thought to myself, could I ever? I looked at Michael, thinking that he would protect me. Well, Michael was waiting for me to answer. Yes, I do. I smiled. We all group hugged, and later on, we introduced Hunter and Hannah to Jordan and Miley at his house. But I was even more surprised that Mrs. Patterson let us all in to have cookies and milk and to talk for a while. I was mostly happy that she forgave us and that nothing can ever become between me and the one I love. The boy. I wanted all of us to go to the park by the abandoned building, to have our final moments here and now, and to say goodbye to our past selves. I carried my microphone, Miley carried his drums, and Jordan carried his guitar that his mom bought him. I grabbed a hold of Casey's hands as family and old friends helped us out by making a stage for us to perform our talent show one last time. I hugged my mom and fit chill for the first time in my life, but my heart was healed from the pain, sadness, and things me and Casey had went through. I realized that God has had a reason for us, a purpose. As I stand by my friends, we sang together in harmony, and that was the best day of our life. The end.